All right, today I'm going to show you how to make a sketchbook. Most of you know how, but this is just a reminder. We're going to go through it quickly. And if somebody is new, just ask somebody at your table and they can help you out. So our sketchbooks will look like this when we're done. You'll have a different number in the top. This is your class code, and I'll give that to you later in the classroom. You are going to have a pile of papers at your seat and a basket. You'll need to use this today. Before you get started on everything, I'll give you some directions on how to go and get construction paper. So you'll have some construction paper. It's whatever scrap paper was left from last year. What I'm going to suggest with your paper, there's going to be a whole basket. Instead of counting out your papers and then passing it along, take a chunk of paper and hand it to your neighbor. I want the neighbor then to take a chunk of paper and hand it to the next person, and then put whatever's left in the basket. After you have your own chunk of paper, I want you to count out 10 to 12 pieces of paper. If you do more than 10 or 12 pieces of paper, it will not staple very well. It might staple today, but when you go to use it and you open it and you start to use it more, it opens up and the staples pop out. So do 10 to 12. If you use the front and the back of all 10 to 12 sheets of paper, I'll let you make a new one or I'll give you one that I made as an extra. So 12 is the top. Take those pieces of paper you got and count out your 10 to 12. So one, two, if it's easier, you can do this also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have a little extra, and it's only one, but I want my sketchbook to stay together when I go to use it. To flatten these out, kind of scoop, push them together like this on the sides, get that all lined up. And when you have that all lined up, you're going to pinch your fingers and then very lightly just let them slip through your fingers and tap, tap, tap. You can also push the edges in if you need to. That's good enough. Your construction paper, you are going to fold in half. So this is a really big piece of construction paper from one end to end. That's the whole paper. You're going to fold it in half. Do it the best you can. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I will show you a trick. If you put your finger on the edge of this side, and I know you can't see my hand, but my hand is over here holding this side, bring it up to meet that finger and slide it underneath there. Then you can take your other hand and as you're pushing lightly, take your other hand and kind of straighten it so these two are even. Once you think they're pretty even, here's the trick to make it not move around when you go to flatten it. Take your finger right next to your other one and slide it out. That will keep it from moving all over. Now I can hold it with this finger and go back and forth. I know a lot of times you'll put it this way and you just go smash and it moves all over. If you do it slowly and hold here, rub across, and then rub up and down while you hold with your other finger, or you can hold with your hands. Now that's in half. To get my paper in here, I'm just going to put it all the way so it's touching that little crease. So right there where I made that line, I'm going to put this touching it. So it's right next to it, and then fold this over top of it. Then you're going to bring it up to me. After you bring it up to me, I'm going to take it and staple it this year. That way you have more art time, but also the staplers kept getting stuck last year. So we're just going to have me staple it with the electric stapler. When it's been stapled together like this one, so you'll have 3 staples. Make sure it opens like a book. So you don't want it to be backwards. A lot of us last year made them backwards. Make sure that you open it up and it opens just like a book would open. When you are ready, I want you to put your name where I just put a line. That's where your name is going to go. You put in an apostrophe S because it says it's your book. It belongs to you. That's what that apostrophe S tells everyone. And then you're going to write sketchbook. I'll leave this up on the board so you can see it later. In the corner, make a little box. And then Inside the box, you're going to write your class code, and I will show you what that is. I did not write it in the box because I want to reuse the sketchbook for a student that might be absent. So you will actually write in the box your class code when you go to do that. So now you can decorate it. Today, try to stay just on the front and the back. Don't do anything in the middle because we are going to do some work to this next time we're together. Today's day 2 of our sketchbooks. We are going to add some stuff to the inside of your sketchbook today, and then you'll have more time to add some details to the cover if you would like. On the inside, on the very first page, I need you to put 2 things in here. You are going to put an envelope that you're going to make in here, and you're also going to put the idea sheet. So this idea sheet is what we use when we can't think of things to draw, and we will come back to this year. You'll put this down, and then I'm going to show you how to make an envelope and how to glue that down. Here's my paper. Just like you did with your sketchbook, you're going to fold it, but this time I don't want you to go in half. You don't need to make this line, but I'm going to make a little line so you can see it. Oops. You're going to fold so that you have a little bit of a top part. This is going to be where so you can fold the top over and close up your envelope. So about where I want my lid to be at the top, I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put my finger on it, rub across, and then go up and down. And then this folds over. So that's going to be the lip of my envelope. But right now, if I put something in here, it's just going to fall out. So what I need to do is add a little bit of glue. So just on the bottom edge, right here, from here to here and here to here, you're going to add glue. I do not have my glue sticks right now because I am at home, but I will show you what I'm going to do. You will use glue sticks because they'll dry faster and they won't make your sketchbook pages stick together. So then I just fold it over. And now when that dries, it will be a pocket. I can kind of show you right now, but it's still a little wet. So now you can see the pocket inside. This folds over to close it up. What I want you to do, you'll be able to do yours right away because you're using stick glue. You're going to take this and put it on the front. So just make sure this goes on the front. And I wanted you to put it here because we're going to add some stuff down to this spot later. And then page 2 is where you're going to put your envelope. It's not going to fit this way, so put it the other direction. And it's okay. It won't matter that it goes this way. It'll actually help because when you close it, it'll make this close. So the way you put this on, make sure you don't glue the lid. You're going to put glue on the back. I did the whole outside, like I'm tracing the outside, and I flip it over and put it down. And it doesn't matter if it's a little crooked, it's fine. You just want that lid to close. So make sure you got that lid out. All right, now that you're all done, you're going to add one more thing, and this can go wherever you would like it to be. You are going to get a blank piece of paper, and I want you to write the word messy mat on it. Whenever you use Sharpies, it will go through your pages. So we want to have a messy mat in our sketchbooks. So if I make a mess, it will go through on the page. I'll show you what I mean by that. If I was drawing on this page, and let's say I had something I wanted to color in, it sometimes will go through on the other page. It didn't go through too bad, but it might work. If you do it on this side, it might go through and it might wreck a piece of artwork you have. So what we do instead is we take our messy mats and we put it behind whatever we're coloring on. If you want, you can also use your messy mat to like practice. So I just had a bunch of like supplies that I had that I wasn't sure if they worked. So I was just checking to see if they worked on here to show you an example. Like that one didn't work, so I threw it away. I wanted to practice making turtle and bubble letters, and I pretended to make a mistake and I just crossed it off. So this is where you can make messes if you don't want it to be inside your sketchbook. And now you have the rest of the time to color and do anything you want on the inside. Just make sure you're using your sketchbook pages just one at a time. So one page per day is all you should need. And remember to use the front and the back of your pages. So have fun.